All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for clicking the video. I'm gonna get straight into the video point. I don't know I'm gonna title this yet, but I just kind of want to get my thoughts out real quick, and I'm gonna go back later and do all that. But if you're in a position where like you're trying to better your life or whatever, there's gonna be stages to it, right? And you probably hear this on the internet a lot about the whole building process, and it takes time, and no one wants to hear that. Like, I'm gonna be honest, we're not trying to hear that, bro. Like, we're trying to get what we want now, and we're trying to get it as soon as possible, as early as possible. Understand that. Like, people don't want to have to sit there and figure it out. Like, yes, we know that's a part of it, but no one wants to truly do that. But it's like you have to, though. Like, and the sooner you realize you have to, and it's not optional, the more easier you'll sleep at night. People tend to, and I'm using myself as well. We tend to try to just force our way through the wall, not realizing like it's quicker to plan a strategy to just drill through it. You know what I'm saying? Like smacking your head against it over and over and over. Like you can't change what is, right? We wish it wasn't this way where you gotta take forever to, figure out a plan and be down until you can be up. Like we all know that, but no one wants to do it. But it's like it doesn't matter what you want to do because it's not your choice. Like that's what it's gonna take before you can actually become successful. And it's stages of our lives. We all go through high school just vibing and chilling and all that, and we don't stress over. I mean, some people situation is different, but me as an example, that phase of my life through high school was fun. I enjoyed that phase. Now I'm in another phase of my life, and I don't enjoy it as much because I can't do what I want. But that's just a phase. That's not gonna be life. Like it's just a couple years of your entire life that you're just stuck in this middle area, right? They say the living expenses is super high now, and jobs ain't paying as much. Inflation's crazy. Society's pretty much cooked because all the ideals that people go around on the net and all this masculinity, whatever, all this stuff is just frying us basically. So I had an epiphany. I don't know if that's the right word though, but last night I was just thinking. I was like, I'm always projecting in the future, which is not necessarily good because I learned to live in the present, and that's where like life is in the present. So I keep stressing myself out about the future. Like, man, I really want to get this. I really want to do this. I really want to do that. I really want to do that. And that doesn't mean it won't happen, but I'm literally stressing over something that isn't even here yet. And that's when I learned that to just be in this middle ground of like the building process and still living at home with parents and not being financially stable or any of that things it's not bad. Yes, it's not what I want, but that doesn't mean it's bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay for that to be your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay for that to be what you do until you're able to do something better. Because you're not going to just teleport to financial success. Like, you're not just going to wake up, all and be rich the next day. Everyone knows that. Like I said, we all know these things. Yet we try to act like we can change it. We try to act like, oh yeah, I'm going to be successful overnight. I'm going to make it in rapping. I'm going to make it in this. I'm going to make it in that. Yeah, you probably will, but it's going to take you some time. Like, we all have to accept that. Like, there's no getting around that. And every day I stress myself out over it for no reason. I had this conversation with myself like 2-3 times a day. Man, when's it going to happen? When's the video finna blow? When's this finna happen? It'll happen on its own time, and until then, there's literally nothing you can do about it. Whether you have goals to make a team or anything, right? Whether you're playing sports, whether you're an artist, whether you do painting, whatever you're doing, you can't control the outcome of when it will happen. You can only control what you produce, right? If you play sports, then you can control how much work you put in. If you do videos and stuff, you can control your output, how much videos you make a day, how good your thumbnails look, all that. You can control all that, but you can't control the aspect of the success that comes behind it. You get what I'm saying? You can make the best thumbnail ever, the best video ever, but that algorithm is gonna have to push it. It's not just you. So that was my biggest problem. It still is to this day. And I had this video. I'm making this video now, but I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, be in the same mind space, and I need to just learn to stop going back to that place because there's no hope there. Like, you're literally fighting a losing battle, trying to change history and trying to change time that you can't have no effect on. You know what I mean? Like, what's gonna happen is gonna happen. It's not like everything's planned out. Oh, it'll happen at this set time. This. The work you put in is what you get out. So if you put in this much, you'll get this much out. So you have to just keep doing that until you get to where you're trying to be. And then once you get there, everything will just fall in line. And even if it doesn't, you trying to grab it by the throat and make it fall in line is not going to do nothing for you. It's just going to, if anything, push it farther away from you. I forget what it's called, like the law of attraction, I think that's what it is. Where basically if you want something too bad, it's harder to obtain it. I think that might be true. Because all the videos and things I enjoy, the most fun I have on stream, like everything that I do and I truly have fun doing, I don't plan. Even these videos, right? I don't script my videos. I don't try to do nothing. When I come here and I just flow and I'm not trying to sound right or I'm not trying to come off as understandable, those be the best videos, right? I post them and then schedule them for like the next couple of days, go to sleep, and I don't even look at it. I don't care. And I open my phone up, oh, that video has 500 views. Right, but the video I come on here trying to script stuff, trying to be on my head and make sure this is gonna hit. Those videos I get like 3-4 views. So it's like I believe in that attraction law where if you want something too bad, you're just pushing it away. And I need to stop doing that. I need to understand that this is a chapter of my life that I can't control. This is a unskippable cutscene, if you will. Like this chapter of your life has to happen, regardless of who you are or what you do. Right? Okay, yes, some people do get chapters of their life where it happens really quick. Like, listen, they still went through that chapter. It just wasn't as long as yours, but they still went through it. You don't just wake up from... There's probably very rare few people, maybe like celebrity kids, but even then they have to find themselves. They have their own set of problems that you don't have to worry about. So it's not that, oh, they're broke or whatever, and that they don't have no issues. They do. They just don't have the same issues you have. You know what I'm saying? They have to find who they are, find themselves. They're always being compared to their parents. They're living in the shadows of other people as a whole human being. Like, these are all stuff that we can't relate to because we don't live that lifestyle. So, vice versa, right? In our shoes, I don't know if you all grow up from like rough upcomings or anything like that. I grew up from middle income-ish, lower income-ish, like in the middle of that. But regardless of that, like I'm now in a phase where it's like, okay, you got to build to get here, and this is a phase that has to happen in order to get there. Right? Some people who get rags to riches and all that, they go through that same phase. Now that phase might be shorter or longer, like I said earlier, but it's still a phase in general that you have to go through, and there's no denying that or trying to sneak around that. There's no way around that. That's gonna just be what it is. So I understand that. I'm not really angry at myself anymore. I used to be upset about myself, like, wow, why am I not there yet? It's been 4 or 3 years, and you're still not there. Like, you must be doing something wrong. And even in my streams, I had a supporter. He's not talking negative by no means. He has the best interest for me, so I appreciate him. But he's like, yo, bro, you've been doing this for a while now, and it's not really working. He didn't say it's not working, but he said if something's not working, you need to try to switch it up again. Like, if this hasn't been working, try to switch it up to get better results. And I don't know how I feel about that statement as of now. I'm on the fence about it. If something's not working, does that mean to change it? Or does that mean to stay consistent? I don't know. Also seen on a podcast where somebody else, if y'all know who the minorities are, Zeb from the minorities, he was talking to Marcellus. He's like a basketball content creator, but they was just explaining that like banging your head on the wall doesn't do nothing. You gotta know when to be realistic and if you're chasing your dreams, all that is real. You know what I mean? But I don't know how I feel about that stuff. I might make another video on that, but I don't know. I think anything's doable, and it's all like just the process of it, right? So it might not be realistic for you to make it or for you to do what you were trying to achieve, but I think it just goes back into that waiting room of it took this person this long, but it took you this long, right? So for them, it looks like, oh, he's not gonna be able to do it because I got it this quick. He didn't get it that quick, so he can't do it. Now he can. It's just gonna take him mad longer than it took you, unfortunately. But that's just how the world is. So if you're in that building process, don't really stress out over it because you got to go through it regardless. It doesn't matter who you are. Pretty much embrace it and enjoy it, because I'm not there yet either with the success and all that stuff. But once you finally hit it and achieve it, bro, it's going to be a whole nother ball game, right? And a lot of successful people say they miss being broke. They miss being in that hustle grind phase because the game changes, right? It's a different game when you're at the top. So enjoy being at the bottom while you can, and that's pretty much all I got. I'm not going to talk you guys' ear off any longer. If you made this far in the video, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you guys again. I've been going live on Twitch almost every day. Not every single day, probably like 2-3 times a week. But links in the description if you want to follow me there. Yeah, stay safe tonight. Keep guiding guys' lives. Catch you guys later.